Is Ask, Ryan Moore in the saddle. Ask, who was second in the Canadian International, is a horse who's dropping back to the mile and a quarter again. Number 2 is Duke of Marmalade. Well, he comes here off the back of some sensational successes, and he gets a 5-star rating from our experts. He's an odds-on favourite. Johnny Murtagh again. Number 3 is Hatan. Gets only 1 star. Seb Sanders in the saddle, and Clive Britton training this ultra-consistent horse. Just might be struggling class-wise. Take out 4. 5 is Lou Breton, who's over from France, trained by Ali Lelouch, and Christophe Lemaire, who's just had a winner in the saddle, but only gets 2 stars from our panel of experts. 6 is Pratara Bay. Well, he's running some good races, running the Derby. Jim Crowley's aboard, and Terry Mills will be hopeful this afternoon. 7 is Phoenix Tower, trained by Henry Cecil, Ted Durkin riding, and Phoenix Tower has an excellent record and well deserves his 4 stars. 8, Pipe Dreamer, winner of the Cambridge Shire, ridden by Jimmy Fortune, trained by John Gosden, and he's a horse who just might step up to the top grade. 9 is Pressing, Neil Callan riding this for Gary Tanaka and Michael Jarvis. Gets 3 stars out of 5 from our panel, 10-1. Then we go on to a 66-1 chance, Red Rock Canyon. We were talking about pacemakers before. Looks like this will be his role, Seamus Hefner. 11 is Regime, Michael Bell, the trainer, Jamie Spencer in the saddle, and a very consistent up-and-coming type. But is this a step too far for him? 12 is 60's Icon. We've got a change of jockey, Frankie Dettori taking over on this horse that won the St. Ledger, but he might be as just effective over a mile and a quarter. And finally, 13 Stotsfold. Adam Kirby rides for Walter Swinburne and the Harris family. 1 star.
7 to 10, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if this goes shorter because it's the firms who are backing this horse, so that really tells you it's a public gamble around the country. And Paddy Power actually told me that this was the best backed horse in Ireland all year. Well, bear in mind how much racing there is. That is some statement. They were 7 to 4 this morning, so they've seen the brunt of it. But 11 to 8 into 11 to 10, and I cannot see it getting any bigger than 11 to 10, this Duke of Marmalade. So, because there's so much support, everything else is weak, although 60's Icon is holding its price at 9 to 1 into 8 to 1. Phoenix Tower is 13 to 2, easy to back here on the track. Ask is a 7 to 1 chance. 60's Icon, as I said, is being backed each way against the favourite 8 to 1. It's 10 to 1 Pipe Dreamer, who's been popular on a couple of tipping lines this morning. That's why that one's holding up. Pressing is also 10 to 1. They've just nibbled at Hatton. I saw 80 from 100, and it's now 66 to 1. That's each way support, but the race really revolves around Duke of Marmalade. For Aidan O'Brien.
Lines off. That's it. Off and running in the Prince of Wales. Pratara Bay was the first away. Stotsfold missed it and drops back towards the rear with Hatan, and on the outside the pacemaker Red Rock Canyon trying to cross over, but Pratara Bay is keeping him out on the inside. Up there as well too is Ask, and also there is Pressing, who just drops in behind. Restrained in the early stages and getting that rails position in about 4th or 5th is Duke of Marmalade, but the pacemaker goes on. It's now in the early stages, Red Rock Canyon by a couple of lengths to Pratara Bay, then Pressing on the outside in 3rd. Duke of Marmalade tucked away 4th, and further back is Ask with the red cap on the outside. Further back in the field, 60's Icon from Pipe Dreamer. They're followed next in the field then by Regime, who's right out the back as they start to climb uphill. Hatan giving them a start with Lou Breton, then well back in last position is Stotsfold. Racing uphill now, 5.5 furlongs left to go in the Prince of Wales's, and he's setting a good pace here on Red Rock Canyon. Leads by about 4 lengths to in 2nd place. Up on the inside there is Pratara Bay, out wider Pressing, followed by Duke of Marmalade, who's eased off the rails now, and he's beautifully poised in the centre. Ask goes up on his outside. This is an interesting move by Ryan Moore. Further back then in the inside is 60's Icon, followed then by Pipe Dreamer, and further back in the field then is Phoenix Tower to the outside. As they come up to the turn now, they've got just on 3 furlongs to travel. Red Rock Canyon and Pratara Bay, they're there under sufferance. Coming into it now, Pressing. Ask on the outside is not trying to kick there, but they can't hold Duke of Marmalade in. He's getting the run now, Johnny Murtagh, as they race up inside the 2 now. Anybody's race. Pressing races to Pratara Bay and Red Rock Canyon. Here's Duke of Marmalade on the outside. Now getting into the clear is Pipe Dreamer and Phoenix Tower down the outer. A furlong left to go though. It's Duke of Marmalade sprinting away from them. Goes 3 or 4 in front. Pipe Dreamer and Phoenix Tower are fighting it out for the minors, but this is a brilliant winner. Duke of Marmalade wins the Prince of Wales. It's like a very good horse. Photo second between Phoenix Tower and Pipe Dreamer for second. A long gap Stotsfold there, followed by Pressing and Ask. They were back in the field, Le Breton, then Patara Bay, Hatan well back, Red Rock Canyon. 60s Icon has finished second last, and last is Regime. That was a brilliant win by a very good horse. Let's see them cross the line. Duke of Marmalade has won it easily by 5 lengths, I'd say. Second, Phoenix Tower. Third, Pipe Dreamer. Pressing in fourth. Ask has finished probably fifth on the near side, just ahead of Stotsfold. Further back, Le Breton. A gap in the field then to somewhere behind them. 60s Icon, Hatan well back. So too Regime, Red Rock Canyon, who's one of the last there.
Marmalade for Johnny Murtagh, even money favourite. He's almost unbackable now to be top jockey at the Royal Meeting. Phoenix Tower 7-1, who finished second, and Pipe Dreamer third at 11-1.